Cottman, Crawford, and the Jersey Guy podcast.
Good evening, everybody. How's it going? Kenny Cottman?
Louis Crawford.
And I'm Tom Ramage, the Jersey Guy.
Yes. How we doing, my fellas?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Not too shabby. Enjoying the chilly weather, I guess.
Yeah, not cold enough for snow, but it still feels like
Yeah, which is cool. I don't want no
kind of
fucking
raw
snow.
out there.
I'm done with snow.
Yeah,
No
we
snow.
only had one snowfall.
Oh, yeah, that was more than enough. I'm good. I don't need any fucking snow.
Whatever,
I
man.
hate driving.
That's because you have
Yeah.
to plow and you don't like doing it.
Well, no, I'm just saying because if it's cold, I can do the cold. I just don't want to have to just go through the snow, whether I'm driving in it, plowing it, walking. I got nice sneakers. I don't feel like walking in.
Whatever. You don't wear your good sneakers.
What are you talking about? I got them on right now. You didn't even notice the ones I got on right
Whatever,
now.
man.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
but when it's snowing, you know.
Right. And you can't do that. Yeah. I don't want to wear the funky sneaker. Like, you don't wear
Do you like driving in the snow, Kenny? I'm curious.
Well, I do have fun driving in the snow, but just one of those things, which is, good segue for tonight's topic is driving and my little bit of my pet peeve stuff. So just jump in whenever,
Yes.
just saying, because they said, it's a half hour before I get here. What?
Yeah.
Who raised his hand?
Oh, yeah. Can raise your hand. I said, so everybody's good then. So that's good. So we'll just start the show. Oh, and give a shout out to my daughter, Maggie. She's hanging out. She's our audience. We can't see her. She waved. I don't know why, but no camera.
We wave back anyway. So
Yeah. We'll wave back. Hey!
And we have the Holy Grail.
Yes.
Tonight
That was a
the
good
table.
buy right there. So if anybody knows Indiana Jones movies and The Last Crusade, Jesus' cup, Indiana Jones had to pick Jesus' cup. And Lou
Great
went
movie.
and bought it.
So where did you get that? Is that
Oh,
is that Home Goods? Home Goods.
Amazon.
Oh,
Amazon.
you actually bought it.
I put it in
Yeah.
there
It
and
looks like
came
something
up.
that they sell in Home Goods. I got random shit in Home
Dude,
Goods.
if I saw it
like-
in Home Goods, I would have probably bought it.
You wouldn't have recognized it. You wouldn't have thought about it. You know what I
I
mean?
would've known immediately.
You would have seen that at Home Goods. You'd be like,
I would have known immediately.
damn, that cup looks familiar.
I would have known immediately.
Bro, stop it. Yeah, yeah, just that one light just hitting on the cup right there. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell out of here. You touch that shit in your hand, you're like,
Probably. I was afraid to touch it when I took it out of the box.
yeah, exactly. Just like burning, you bastard. Yeah, that's freaking hilarious. Too funny.
So what do you got for us, bro?
So, I said, my thing is, pet peeve of mine is driving. I love to drive. I drive everywhere and anywhere and all that other good stuff. And then people make fun of me because of what I believe the rules of the road are. I'm telling you, because I read the book, to make sure that what I was saying was some kind of true. And I'm right. So that, when you're driving on the highway, when you're on the streets or whatever, drive your car. Just drive. Like,
Right. At least do the speed
at
limit.
least do the speed. If you did the speed limit, I wouldn't have too much to say. I wouldn't argue, on the side streets, on the back
Stay
roads.
in the
county roads.
right lane.
Exactly. Stay in the right lane if you're not passing anybody, if you're not moving faster than everybody else.
That is, that is my biggest pet peeve.
Yeah.
Here's my two biggest pet peeves on the road. One is driving slow in the left lane,
Mm-hmm.
right? But also like people who if you're driving down like a main road and someone pulls out in front of you,
Yep.
like I used to work in Passaic, and there was a street called Paulson Ave, and I'd be coming out of work and people would just jet out in front of you and then drive slow,
Right.
and it's like, come on, man.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? And then you get mad, or they get mad because you're on their ass after that.
Right.
But you jumped out into traffic and you're not moving. So it's like, well, what the hell? So why are you upset with me and you're throwing me the burden, whatever?
Right.
Road rage and all that other good shit.
They throw change at you too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that later.
Yeah. They
happened.
throw change at you? Oh, you've done that? Yeah.
I've had that happen to me.
Yeah. See?
Yeah. It's
But-
crazy. People are crazy on the road.
But wait, they
Lose their
threw,
mind.
when you were behind them, they threw change
Right,
at you?
all right, so I might as well just tell you the story. now.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I was coming home. I was getting off on Harriman,
Right.
and I was going through that way, and this woman got off the exit earlier than I did. And I either did something that she thought I was doing on purpose, whatever. Don't even know what I did, honestly. And I was in the van.
Right.
She took a handful of change. She put it on the top of the roof of her car and let it go and let it fall in front of my van while we were driving, thinking that maybe it would bounce or
Yeah.
window
Right.
or do something to the van.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the?
Yeah. I've heard of that. I've
is
never seen
crazy
anybody do
shit.
that.
Why don't give the change? Well, pull over. I'll take it. I'm doing my job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've heard people doing that, but see, riding motorcycles, that's what people do. They've done that, or they'll take something and they throw it out of the car. So then the motorcycle rider will get hit with whatever it is that they threw out the window.
Kill someone that way.
Yeah, all day. But you could do the same thing in a car, because if you throw something out of the car at
If it bounces
65
the right
miles an
way.
hour, yeah, it's gonna either bounce, or even if it actually even bounces and it goes and hits the windshield.
I had a pickup truck in front of me with this van. A bolt came out of this truck.
Yeah.
A big bolt. Bounced on the car,
On
the
purpose?
ground. No, it just came out.
Oh, okay.
He was driving. He must have hit something. Came out, bounced, and it went on, slid perfectly onto the roof of my truck. And it stayed there until I pulled over and got it off.
Yeah, bro, that's
And,
scary.
I thought it was going through the windshield, man. When I saw it coming up, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, and I can't.
Yeah,
There was no way to swerve. There was nothing I could do. I just had to just
Yeah,
react.
hope that
It
didn't-
didn't go through the windshield. It went on, and it just
Yeah,
hear it
see?
slide on the roof. I'm like, holy shit.
yeah, bro. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, man. And like I said, it's just a courtesy. You have to be courteous when you're driving. You know, there's other people on the road. Look around you, see what's going on.
Right.
You know, like I said, and that's just like, you know, our stories right now are just ones on county roads, regular streets and whatnot.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about on the highways.
Well, that one was on the highway.
But that one was on the
Both
highway.
Of them were, yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm like on the highway and people are like, you're sitting. Now they get when one person is sitting in the left lane and they're not passing the big rig truck. So now that truck, their line of sight is almost like
Nil,
so
pretty much.
yeah, it's like maybe 20% of what you might see in your car. So then if you're sitting there and the truck has to move over, he can't or she can't because that person is sitting right at the front. So now you got oncoming traffic. There's the law now. You have to move over law. So if you see police vehicles
Gotta
or
get over to
emergency
the next
vehicles,
lane and
you have to
pass.
get over and pass, slow down and move over. You can't even do that because these people sit and they don't get out of the way. And that's when I lose my mind. And I'm sitting there. My wife goes, she's like, calm down and slow down. For what? Because now this guy's sitting here. That person is brake checking. Now, next thing you know, you got a mile of cars behind you because this guy's doing 65 with the guy next to you or 55. You know, that's when I lose it. You know, no courtesy. They're mad at you. And like I said, so I bought the New York State driving handbook
All righty.
to say that I'm right. And it says it in big letters in the front, Kenny's right. So I just want everybody to know that.
I want to
is
verify
right.
that later.
No, for real. So like you said, so right of way, like you were talking about people coming out of an intersection. A driver who approaches an intersection must yield the right of way to traffic that is in the intersection. So that then the example is you approach an intersection, the traffic light is green and you want to drive straight through. Another vehicle coming from the opposite direction is already in the intersection making a left turn. You must let that vehicle complete its turn
Absolutely.
before you enter. Same thing at a stop sign. You get to a stop sign, whoever got to that stop sign first is who goes first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people like trying to just run through or just
No,
jump
or they
in.
just jump in front.
Yeah. And I'm like, listen, come on, you know, and then you're mad because somebody else started to expo and you go
Right.
back and forth. And then, like I said, it's just, it's those things that just annoy the hell out of me.
No, I get it. Totally get it. We were on the road all day too. I mean, we're driving. So, but me, when I drive, Tanya doesn't do this. Tanya will drive the left lane. It drives me nuts.
Right.
I'm all about left lane,
Move over.
right lane. Then when I need to pass, I pass, and then I get back in the right lane. I don't like staying in the left lane because one, it's there for only one reason. It's there for passing,
Right.
not for driving. Right lane is for driving. So you just get off. You got to pass. You got to pass.
Right.
She won't do it. I'm like, babe, get over. Babe, get over.
But is she passing the other vehicles? Like, is she doing like 70?
No, because there's people behind us.
Yeah, you see.
So my thing is, why go through that aggravation?
Right.
Just pull over. And then if you got to pass, pass. But everybody has their thing, and that's how they drive.
Yeah, and that's the problem though. That's not you have a thing when you drive. It's the law.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
It's the law. And then I've had people. So yes, I do drive kind of quick. So I mostly stay in the left lane.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. Shh. This is being recorded, bro. The police is gonna find me. So I drive quick so that I stay mostly in the left lane. Now when there's not as much traffic and I can move over, I do so, you know, but I mostly stay in the left lane. because I'm driving faster than anybody else. So that then if I come up behind you, you see me in your mirror, move your happy ass over. Get the fuck out of my way. You know, that's a Ludacris song. Move, bitch. Get out the way. I'm just saying. Yeah, really?
Really?
Yeah, now you're educated. Now you're cultured.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm just saying, anything to help you out, bro. You know, and then going back to that move over, Lord. Yeah. And then say, so now if I'm in the left lane and I'm driving and I see that there's police or emergency vehicles or construction on the side of the road, right? I can see that far ahead thanks to my handy dandy glasses. I can see that far now. So I know that they're there. So I will slow down or move a little bit faster so that the cars that are in that right lane can get into the left lane while we pass the emergency vehicles. And I said in the move over law, this law requires every driver to exercise care to avoid colliding with an authorized emergency or hazard vehicle that is parked, stopped, or standing on the shoulder of any portion of the highway with its emergency lights or one or more amber hazard lights activated. So you're supposed to move over when you see these, you know, and even if you just saw a regular person on the side of the road, you know, somebody's car is broken down, you should still move over.
You're supposed to.
Yeah. And just to be nice.
It's a courtesy, really, more.
I always thought it was just for emergency vehicles.
It is, but it should be.
Yeah.
It should be the courtesy. It's just a common courtesy. That's what I do. Like if I do, I'll move. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it comes up too quick. So I try to stay as close to the middle line as possible.
Right, but you slow down.
Room. Right, and I do that too.
Right,
as well.
you slow down and you move over. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's a courtesy. When you're coming up to when you're coming onto an on-ramp, okay, if you're driving in the left lane and you're not making way or paying attention to the cars that are coming onto the on-ramp, coming onto the highway, so that this way you can move over, or that you can let an 18-wheeler or another vehicle move over, so that then those cars can come on. That's a problem. It's like, dude, don't you see what's going on? You just got on the highway back there, so you already know what it was. And then now people going along with that. No, they don't. And that's what I'm saying. That's the problem. So when there's an accident, then the cop is like, well, where were you? Because if you rear end somebody, it's your fault.
Right.
It didn't matter if they turned around and they slammed on their brakes because they got scared.
Right. So how close were you to them? And
right, exactly.
So fast?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
And they're doing this shit on the highway.
Right.
You know, you're like, dude, are you serious right now? And, you know, it's that little, I'm like, oh.
I think it's a therapy issue and you might want to seek it out. Talk to somebody.
So anger management.
Yeah. Well, see,
We'll hire Jack.
Listen,
Jack
I think we're all
to,
equal in this.
That's what wasn't that the movie Anger
Management?
Management.
Anger Management. Yeah. And Adam Sandler. Yeah. But see, so, yo, real shit, no lie. I have a fucking fidget spinner.
Yeah.
In the car.
You gave me a couple.
I gave you a couple of them.
To figure them things out.
Yeah, I did it. I
have something better. I have a fidget toy. It looks like a little tiny controller, and like it's got like the joystick.
Yeah.
And you could just drive, and it's got like the PlayStation joystick.
Yeah,
really, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is goofy.
It's got little buttons on it. It's got a little spinny. It's got like 10 different things on it.
Yeah,
nice.
No, see that one for me, it wouldn't work. It doesn't work. I have to
spin it.
You have to spin it.
I like this one because it's got like buttons. You can it's got like buttons, like a video game, but you just tap them, like pound them.
Yeah, you see, but I need it only when I'm driving. Sometimes I use it at the house.
For me, when I'm driving, it's singing.
Yeah, you see, but
because I like singing to the radio.
I know I can't sing, so I don't do that to myself.
People still sing, even though they
I can sing.
I'm not saying I'm a good singer. I'm just saying I like to sing.
No, he was insinuating he's a good singer.
I'm not at all. Please, people, I am not nowhere near karaoke at best.
Karaoke, that's funny. Yeah, no, man. Listen, but that's what I need to do. So I keep my anger. Like I try not to have road rage as such. Like I'm not gonna go up to somebody and start throwing things out the window and trying to knock them off the road and shit like that. That I'm not doing. I'm just holding ass past them. Like I'm just, you bastard, and just go right by. You know what I mean? And I say it's that crazy shit. And then you were asking earlier about how to passing, right, in the left lane and stuff.
Well, I was mentioning that you should, pass and then move over to the right lane.
Right. So
that's what it's for. That's what the left lane is for.
So once again, to the handy dandy New York State traffic book, right? Says when you pass the motorcycle, remember to give the motorcycle the same full length width as other vehicles are allowed. So
I always give more.
Right. So, again, that's going back to what we were saying before with the motorcycles, it's just.
How about you? No. What? Motorcycles. I usually give them a little bit more than the usual. Because bikes stop so fast. that's one thing you don't want to rear end. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm really looking out for
be
both
careful.
of us at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, it's all courtesy, and I ride motorcycles too.
Right.
So I'm all over the place, and yes, I have a crotch. Well, I borrowed a crotch rocket, So I drive, but I try to stay aware of everything around me. My wife, she's like, yeah, nah, dude, you don't you see what they're doing? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I see what they're doing. Don't you see what they're doing? I'm going to buy her some more shit bars in the car so she could just hang on to them because she's just like leaving grip on the car's a lease and she's leaving grip marks on the door handle and on the middle console and shit like that. And I'm like, yo, just relax.
I'm like, Tanya, if you ever drove with Kenny, you will look forward to driving with me again. You think I'm bad? Drive with Kenny one time. You'll make 2 blocks and you'll be like, I'm done. Get me out. That's it.
but that's
Gonna be
bullshit.
What movie was
No,
that?
because
with-
go ahead. You finish your
What movie
thought.
was that? It was about bowling, but it was an Amish guy.
Kingpin.
Kingpin.
that's a great
Remember the part
movie.
when they first get when they drive fast in the car and he just sits there back.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
Right, because he's always
Yeah.
driving horse and
Because he
buggy.
never drove that fast before.
Yeah, wasn't
That's
it
what it'd be like.
Randy Quaid?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's funny,
Ah,
man.
there, Clark. He'll never
That's hilarious.
not be that. He'll never be cousin Eddie.
Yeah.
That'll always be cousin Eddie.
Yeah, you gonna
Always.
say something else, Lou? Yeah, that wasn't it.
As far as Tanya is concerned,
Oh yeah.
she bugs when I drive, and I don't think that I'm that aggressive. I
Right.
just, I'm a little quick as far as my turns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not. She goes, you're aggressive. I'm like, I'm not aggressive. I'm like so far behind this guy, and I just made a turn. Blah, blah. But what I do is I let her drive.
Right.
Usually most of the time.
Yeah.
Because then she's more comfortable. She's in control, and she doesn't worry about it.
Right.
So,
Yeah, no.
But I
see.
like the bug with it. I'll go, stop.
Yeah.
And she'll be like,
Yeah.
what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
The wheel jerks a little bit. I love it. I know
Yeah.
I'm just fucked up, but it's funny.
Oh, look,
It's funny.
I think that's hilarious, brother, man. Listen, because you know what? It's funny.
is
It's
funny.
fun.
I usually prefer to drive. Tara drives a little erratically, so she does like the thing where like it drives me crazy. I press the imaginary brake all the time. Like she'll come to a light and like instead of coasting, she's like gives it gas and then like
Snap. So
I'm
she's like, we're going to get there quick and then I'll stop.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh my god, I freak out. I'm like gonna rear-end the person.
That's funny. Like I said, I know I
My
do
heart
have.
starts.
Yeah.
I
Probably
believe
you need
it.
a pill after that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, see, like I know I am an aggressive driver. I know I am. Not gonna say different, but because I feel half of the people on the road are doing it wrong.
Right.
Drive your car. If you don't know where you're going and you don't know how to read your GPS, then just pull over altogether. You know what I mean? Don't stand on the road and trying to read the signs and,
Right.
stopping and going because that's what causes the accidents. They always say that the speeders cause the accidents. It's the person that's not paying attention either way, because if I'm doing 67 to try to get around people on the on-ramp and I get into an accident, now it's my fault because I was speeding. It wasn't this guy's fault because they weren't paying attention
Right.
and they jumped
So-
into my lane.
Yeah, no.
Cause and effect.
Exactly.
Cause,
So
effect.
now because you affected my car is the reason why I need to come out and just whoop your ass now. Because like what the fuck? Pay attention, Yeah, because you fucked up. Now you're getting a beating.
That's what's so bad. You got to road rage, bro.
No, but it's only road rage if you get out the car and start beating on people. I don't throw them the finger, whatever. I just blow right past them and I keep it moving. I'm just saying. So still with the how to pass on the left. It said the left lane is normally used to pass other vehicles. You cannot pass a vehicle on the left if your lane is a solid yellow line, or you can't do it safely, And then it's to come right back over. That's it. Like real simple. And people just, and then here's my thing too. You took the driving test. You had to do the road test. How do you not know this? Like right off the bat. Doesn't matter how old you are because it's been the same shit for 50, 70, 80 years.
The laws are very subtle change
Exactly.
in terms of like driving.
Right.
I'm sure
Yeah,
that-
if anything changes, certain like
a
you're right. You're
seatbelt
absolutely
law,
right.
or something like
And
that.
now the law that we have to be over all the time when we pass an emergency vehicle.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's been
Yep.
out for a couple of years
But
now. Or a few, I should say.
generally, it's the same.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
And even like and said,
it's all about that person when they're driving. They're not thinking about anybody
Right.
else. You know
See,
what I mean?
and I've been
that's
passed.
the problem.
like I've been passed and I'll slow down and just kind of like let the person go and get ahead of me. Go ahead, do you. I'm driving my drive. I'm just going. I set the cruise control at 75 or whatever, and I keep it moving, and I'm good. When I'm not bugging out because I'm in the middle of traffic and everybody's stopping and going, brake checking from 5 car lengths behind. What's cool now too, bro, on the cars, you have the cruise control, and you set it to how many car lengths behind the car in front of you.
You can do that now.
Yeah.
Adaptive cruise control.
Yeah,
so
man.
My car doesn't have that. It just says regular cruise control. But yeah, it'll.
Yeah, no.
Will it adjust for you automatically?
Yeah, it slows the car down and speeds
Yours
it back
doesn't
up.
have
No,
it.
it
No.
just says regular cruise control.
Yeah,
It's not
see,
adaptive.
ours does.
I'd give that car back, man.
No, I do. I just put it on
just
cruise
kidding.
control, and I
just love cruise control. Period. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
See, nope, I love
What kind
it.
of car is it?
21 Honda Civic.
Oh, they didn't. It's funny because I have a 22 Nissan Altima. They didn't that doesn't have the adapter.
Really?
That might have been an option.
Well, it might be in there. You might have to turn it on too.
Oh yeah, I gotta look at that.
Yeah, because I tell you what, I have it for it's a car and a half length.
Okay.
I think is what it is, and that's what I have it set
That's
for.
pretty cool.
And it slows down to that car speed, and when that car moves over,
It'll go resume.
it'll go right back up to that.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's great. So it saves me because then Jessica doesn't get too upset.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's got.
It just doesn't. Yeah, yeah, right, dude. Not when I'm driving, bro.
No, I'm just saying one time.
Oh, yeah.
She'll sleep the rest of the ride.
Yeah, see, It's like, oh yeah, remember that? Yeah, nah, later for that, man. Later for that mess.
But the thing you gotta be careful is road rage, man.
Yeah,
road
like,
rage.
and
let me read something.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. Road rage is an aggressive or angry behavior exhibited by motorists. These behaviors include rude and verbal insults, yelling,
wait.
physical threats, or dangerous driving methods targeted at other drivers.
But wait, with the windows rolled up or windows rolled down?
I guess either way.
You see, I think that makes a big difference.
Pedestrians or cyclists in an effort to intimidate or harass a driver
See, I don't think there's anything wrong with
or frustration.
cursing someone out or whatever.
My problem is, go ahead.
As long as you're not harming anyone or like doing that shit, like they're talking like, tailgating someone or giving them the high beams or leaving
Right.
their high beams on behind them, like that shit.
Following them home.
That you shouldn't.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
But like if you're just like, fuck you, who cares? Like I don't think that's a problem.
Right, if you flip the bird and you're on your way and you do your thing, I get it. But there's like Haley, Tanya's daughter, I'm like, Haley, you need to calm down.
Right.
Because people have guns and you don't know who, God forbid, you run into somebody you don't know. You're angry. You're
Right.
not thinking in the moment.
Right.
You're in a moment, but you're not thinking.
Yeah.
Now you just got
Yeah.
Why it's
with a
called
person,
rage, is
right?
road
With a
rage,
person
road
that you don't
rage.
even know. Now you're engaged with them now, and now it could go a totally different direction.
Right. Yeah.
And that's unfortunate because
Yeah.
it does happen. And
But again, that's when that's like people, like I know people, and I've had this conversation a bunch of times. The speed limit is 65. I get that. That's beautiful. But it doesn't mean you do 65 in this lane.
Right.
Because this is not
Go over.
move over. If everybody else in that right lane is doing 65, you blend right in. Move your ass over. That's it. Real simple. real simple. And like I said, for me, I always say, and like I said, when I was teaching Maggie and I taught my other kids how to drive, my shit was pay attention to everything around you.
Right.
Drive 3 or 4 cars ahead of you if that's the case. Like if that's the analogy you need to make, because then you can see what's going on. If you're paying attention to how everybody else is driving, then you'll know what's coming. If you're a decent enough driver, you can almost tell how other people are driving. Yes, they're, not every time. I'm not saying that all the time. I'm just saying, well, I am saying that, you can tell how everybody's driving. You know what I mean? Like, I know, like, if we're driving in the car and I know that the guy who's driving the Subaru, is driving some, like, little crazy ass old lady when they drive a Subaru Forester, because those are those guys, those people, and that's the ones you got to really look out for because they don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm in a Subaru. I can take any kind of damage, Yeah, see, he knows it because he's not even paying attention because that's the Subaru car. Yeah, Subaru.
Which, by the way, I'm going to have to. I have to get a new car.
What did you do to it?
Nothing. It's just old and rusted out, and there's a lot of work things in. It's not worth putting the money into it.
Yeah.
So I might as well just get another vehicle.
There you go.
But it lasted me for as long as I It was a good car for the time that I had it, so I'm not complaining.
Well, get a real car. That's a faster Subaru, a better Subaru.
I'm probably going to wind up leasing a vehicle.
Yeah, we'll get a better Subaru because you need a more.
No, of course, yeah. Because still, let me tell you something. That car in the snow.
Yeah,
joke, man.
Yeah,
I plowed through anything with that car.
Yeah,
seriously.
Yeah, we're looking to get another one too.
All-wheel drive, you're getting through.
Yeah, definitely. But like I said, so paying attention. Like I said, what cars are going to do what and how they're going to drive and all that other stuff. You have been driving long enough, or should have been driving long enough. That Absolutely. You can tell what people are going to do.
When did you start driving? By the way,
legally.
Yeah, when you got your license.
So I got my license, I was like 15, 16, the junior license thing in Brooklyn back in the 80s, So I was able to get it and I had it, I got it.
Right.
And then, but before that, practicing, quote unquote, practicing, I've been driving Harley since I was old enough to sit on my godfather or my godmother's lap,
Okay.
This way, they would have me doing the steering and whatnot and tell me how to go through.
As a kid.
Yeah. My godfather thought it was hilarious to just let me. We would go down. So in Brooklyn, down underneath the Gowanus, 2nd Avenue,
right.
It was all factories and warehouses, abandoned stuff. So it was like no cars out there.
Yeah.
So here I am, just enough to see over the steering wheel, and he would let me drive back there. And I would just drive like pretty much standing up. And just letting the car just go.
Why? Because he controlled the gas or the brakes. So
no, he just let it go.
Oh, get out.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I was standing up in the car.
Oh, wow.
In the front seat, I'm standing up on the floor. It's like he would move the seat all the way back, and I would stand up, and he would just let the car drive.
On the lap. You were
no, I was like by myself.
Oh shit!
And he would be sitting in the passenger seat, and he'd be chilling or whatever, and he's telling me what to do. Stay in this lane. No, you're drifting too much, and I would just and I would just straighten it all out. And because the car is in drive, it would just roll by itself. He would just put on the e-brake or throw it into neutral if it was, if I had to stop for whatever, because I couldn't get to the the pedals and fast enough. But yeah, so as I said, legally, illegally. So if I'm 51 now, I've been driving for at least some kind of driving for 40 years.
Yeah.
I've only had 2 accidents in my whole driving career.
Okay.
No. I know you're not supposed to say that. Yeah.
Touch the ground.
Yeah. Oh, rubbing the grill. Yeah. So all right. So one was in Brooklyn around the time when I had first got the license. I was getting onto the Belt Parkway. So anybody listening that knows the Belt Parkway, it's almost a miracle that you don't get hit every single time you get on and or off this highway because it's bananas over there. Then the other one was when I moved upstate, was in New Windsor. I say the light was green. This lady was making a left turn and stopped in the middle of the intersection. And I pretty much T-boned her. And so, that was the second one. That was it. That was cars. I had one motorcycle accident. That's when I hit a deer. So that wasn't like even my fault. It wasn't me driving, and I was actually going slow. Thank God I was going slow when I hit the deer. But you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm paying attention to everything around me as far as I'm concerned. I'm looking, I'm seeing, I want to be aware because I don't want to get into an accident.
Right.
I hate the I told you so because I am always right. So if I do something wrong and somebody says, I told you so, I'm going to be really pissed. Just saying.
I get it, man. I'm going to argue with that logic.
You can't. I got shirts that say that. That is too funny. You got a question?
No. I'm
okay.
Good. Tom, what about you, man? You got anything?
No.
You good?
Yeah.
Right. So then, Tom's like, yeah, when I get in the car with Keny, fuck that.
Actually, I have to say, Tom is a good driver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if we're working together, we'll just depend on who takes whose van.
Yeah.
He's a good driver, man.
Yeah,
I'm comfortable with him for sure.
But you weren't that bad driving with me. Like, I mean, it was a little bit, well, it was more of getting used to.
No, it was fine. I was fine with you, man. You just had a little bit of a lead foot is really what it came down to.
I didn't have a lead foot in the work truck.
A little bit. Yeah,
not in the work truck. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Before we had
yes, you did.
before we had GPS in the truck. Yeah. So it was a little bit quick.
I used to be, when I was younger, I definitely, I used to do a lot of stupid shit, man. Especially when it's funny. So there's
it's the whole thing when you're young.
So my first car was my grandfather's car. It was a 1988 Pontiac Grand Am.
Jeez.
Typical old person
dude's
car. It's like celebrity Chevy celebrity, like those are the old people cars. And it was, I beat that thing up, man. Like I remember we had this, so like, I forget the name of the town in New York. It's right across the border, New Jersey. There's like a dip, like it's like a valley. Like you drive in the valley, and like it dips down, then goes back up into a hill, and there's like a stop sign at the end. And my friend's like, I dare you to floor it. I was like, all right, I floored it. My car went airborne. All four wheels up there, and it hit the ground, and it stalled out. I'm like, oh, I fucked my car up real fast. Started right up.
Yeah, bro. So there you go. So now to show you, if you're ever in the car and the car turns off, so let's say you slam on the brakes or whatever, if you put the car into neutral, you'll be able to turn the car back on. Right. If you're in a spin and the car just like you said, just doing 360s, if the car starts to cut off and there's traffic or whatever coming, throw it into neutral. Don't step on the brake. Don't pull the e-brake. Just throw it into neutral. Turn the car back on, into drive, and go. So a lot of people don't know that. Now, I will say I'm not sure so much about the newer cars because they have the electric transmission to turn it. So like now it's a knob to put into drive and such. It's not like a actual shifter. So that one I'm not too sure how, if and when you'd be able to do that.
And the push start too, you have to like I got the Nissan, it's got the push start.
Yep.
You have to have your foot on the brake.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure about the new ones. I'm talking about a little bit of the older cars.
You could probably lightly press the brake. It just it just has to, like, you could press it like really, and then probably start it.
Might,
It doesn't have to be like fully pressed.
Right. Like I said, I'm not going to try it.
No.
But I'm just assuming that's how it would work because that is a safety thing, Because if you can't get your car started and traffic is coming, it's over. Like, so it's one of those things.
I spun out on the Belt Parkway in the rain, and I had what car did I have? I think I had the Grand Am. And
you had that too?
I had a Grand Am, yeah. And I spun out, and I forgot where on. It was getting close to Brooklyn. I was in Long Island, and it was raining. And it was the worst on the Belt Parkway in the rain because of the oil and the water. You hit the brake. I spun out. I just started turning. I just let go of the wheel. I just let it go. And it went up the embankment on the top.
Bro.
On the side of the road. And rode up. And then the motor stalled.
Speaking of spinning out.
And then I, understand. Hold that thought.
Yeah.
I totally let go of the wheel because there was no holding it. Like, in other words, I couldn't control. And I'm thinking, I'm going to get blasted in a minute. I'm just waiting for the car to hit me. And I went up on the embankment, and then I got back on, and that was good, man. That's crazy.
I'm telling you, man.
The shit was nuts.
That's crazy.
Speaking of spinning, so I was driving in a snowstorm on my way to work because we did snow removal. I used to work in maintenance at a hospital. I had to do, we did snow removal on the property, like shoveling snow and stuff or using the snowblower, whatever. So I had to get in. So I get on the Garden State Parkway from Route 17 and on the on-ramp there. And I don't know what happened. I was driving. I had a Jeep Cherokee at the Cherokee Sport at the time. With it had big tires and a lift kit, and it spun out and hit the guardrail. And I don't know if I bent the chassis or whatever. So I said, all right, let me call the police. I called the police. State trooper comes. They call the tow truck. When the state trooper gets there, I said, I spun out of control. And he goes, okay. And then he calls the tow truck. He gives me a fucking ticket for unsafe driving. And he put notes, I spun out of control in quotation marks.
Yeah.
And it was snowing out? Was it snowing out?
Yeah.
And he gave you a ticket anyway?
Yeah.
All right. If
Don't call the police. If you get into an accident, and it's not with a person, you hit a guardrail, don't call the cops because they're going to give you.
Right, you don't need to. You don't need to call. Just call a tow truck.
Yeah.
And you call your insurance later. And you don't need cops involved.
Well,
don't ever involve the cops.
I wasn't sure at the time because it's the Parkway. And can you call any tow truck? Because I know certain tow trucks come on the Parkway.
But now,
I get it, but still.
But does your insurance?
Now I know better.
But does your insurance take the claim if you don't have the police report?
That's true.
But
See, here's the thing. It's snowing. You spun out. You hit the guardrail. You can call the insurance and say, listen, I had to get towed because I was in the middle of a storm. I couldn't wait for the police to come. I was going to freeze my ass off.
Right. Well, see, here's the other thing.
Now they could be, okay, well, all right, so let's get someone out there to look at the car because they do have people do that. Just saying.
Right. Yeah.
Right? So You don't need the police report.
But see,
I
here's
don't
the thing.
think. I mean, it helps.
I'm not
but
sure
in that
because
case. But I think it's more if you're in a car accident.
an actual, yeah, with somebody else.
Then yes.
Well, so here's
Just
the thing.
gonna say
yeah.
a cab.
Yeah, exactly. Right? No shit.
Right.
No shit. Well, see, but then it's so state troopers. Part of their job is accident detective work is what I'm gonna call it right now. So then they can turn around. Supposedly, they can look at whatever accident scene and tell you what happened. You know. So then, if you ended up, let's say, 30 feet off the shoulder into the ditch, they knew you were going too fast for the conditions,
Right.
and that's how you ended up at 30 feet. Because if you were going slower, that then they know it was just up on the curb and you were doing the speed limit. You're a cool guy. It's okay. Yes, come and get this guy and take him to the
Yeah, I get it, but still, it's snowing out, man.
Well, listen.
You know.
I'm just saying, it's one of those things. You never know.
Whatever,
because
man.
the
They don't
snow.
need to give you a
But then,
ticket. You did
but
not
then,
need to give him a
no,
ticket.
no. I'm with you because nobody else was involved.
What
cab.
what was the
Take a
point
cab.
of that?
Yeah, no.
what
I'm
I
with
mean?
you. He shouldn't have got one because nobody else was was injured. He didn't hurt anybody's property. He didn't hurt the state property. He just,
Well, I did dent the guardrail. They charged me.
Oh, they charge you for the
Yeah,
guardrail.
they charged me for the dent in the guardrail.
Ah,
Well, my insurance paid it, but still.
yeah.
Wow, they charge you for that?
A dent in
Yeah, that I do know. Like if you
Jersey's
hitting
no
them,
joke.
any of those
It was
guardrails,
just a little dent. And you know what the shit kicker is? A year later, they knocked all that down. They took the trees down to widen the highway and all that.
yeah. Well, you should have waited a year.
Yeah.
You would have had more room to get
Next
control.
winter, you could have did this. This would have been this wouldn't have been a
Fucked
problem.
up, man. That is messed up, man. Well, and then so going back to our whole driving thing. So driving through roundabouts. So my wife Jessica has a problem going through roundabouts. She fucking loses.
I love them.
I think they're fine.
Hey,
it's
kids,
all good.
Big Ben.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and when she does, she has like panic attacks. She's bugging out.
The best thing in the world.
Do I think so? I don't say the best thing in the
Dude, they
world,
are
but
better than stop signs.
oh yeah, definitely.
Because the traffic's still moving, and once you know you can go, you get off on
Yeah.
your spot.
Yep.
That's the easiest thing.
But people, but then you get those people that come whizzing through that shit, and as they're just flying
You
through.
let them go.
No. But you don't know if they're gonna come through because when you have a long line, like over there in Bear Mountain, the way that it is, they've got all these lanes.
Right.
When you're coming off the Palisades, going on to Route 6, or coming up to up 32 and such, and all on the Palisades Parkway, getting onto it. It's just the way that it is. People are just trying to haul ass to get over and nobody lets. But again, this is that courtesy shit. Nobody's letting you get over, so then you can get onto
In this area. No.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, bro. Be courteous. This even goes back to what we were saying.
There's no
like
courtesy driving in the tri-state area.
No, pretty much.
I
Man.
do it a lot with the trucks, like especially when I'm going over
the
green.
18 wheelers and stuff.
If I see and I know they put their blinker on, and I'm already behind them.
Yeah,
Even if I was accelerating, I would still slow down and I would flash.
there you go.
To let them go.
So now, did you know that? So that if
and they'll
if
flash
an
you
18
back,
wheeler-
you'll see their lights
Yep,
in the
you
back.
see them. So now if an
go on
18
and
wheeler's
off.
passing you because they're so long. See now, that was some other notes that I have, passing the 18 wheelers and stuff because they can't see. So if you flash your headlights when you're at quote unquote a trucker's 4 or 5 o'clock, that then they can see the lights flash. They know that now they've passed you and they can move over.
Right.
Because they can't see that far back.
Or sometimes they just put their blinker on.
Yep. Just flash it. Just flash your head.
And I just.
Yep. And then they'll move over and they know.
And then they flash you back.
Yep. And if you're on like a lonely highway.
I was unaware of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so they say you're on a highway or whatever, regular highway, and it's super late at night, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever the case may be. There's hardly anybody out there. People start to daze. They'll have like tunnel vision and such. So if you flash your headlights for the 18 wheel or the big rig, whatever vehicle's in front of you as you're passing them, this way they're aware that you're next to them. Because you can't see ahead of you can't see through the windshield of an 18 wheeler. You know what I mean?
Right.
When you're behind them. So then you flash them because you don't know what's ahead. If they have to move over and you're next to them and you didn't flash them to let them know that you were passing, they could just knock you off the road.
That's
you know
why
what I
they
mean?
say never pass on the right side.
Well, no, that's on the left. That's even on the left, like I said, on the regular highway and such. But again, that's the courtesy of driving with 18 wheelers. But I've been driving from New York to Florida forever. Right. So that then these are the things that I learned along the way. I remember back in the day when there was no speed limit on 18 wheelers. And they're doing 80 down I-95, I-75. Like they're just moving. They got it floored. They're pegged. It was like smoking a bandit.
When you see that more when you leave the tri-state area. If you're driving like Florida, you drive down 95.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they're booking.
Yeah,
it's kind of scary because you're not used to seeing a move like that.
But see here, right? Yeah, it's not. There's not too many actual the interstates don't really run through. Only a couple of cities that they're really running through the actual city. New York, New Jersey, Connecticut is the only one that is like running through Newark. I-95 is running through Newark. It's running in Manhattan. Yeah. It's going into, where it's coming out into Connecticut. Everything else is on the outskirts of the city.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Delaware, Baltimore.
Right. So you're on the outside. You're running the coast.
Is
right.
PA on 95?
No. I don't think PA's on 95, is it?
No.
Yeah, Jersey. Yeah.
80s.
So that's what I'm saying. So again, it's
goes
just
all the way from New Jersey to San Francisco, basically.
And that's what I'm saying, man. It's just the courtesy. Just to think of what it is. If but it's funny because for me, driving reminds me of like our last cast, and that we were talking about just be nice to people, be courteous, because they're in their car. Right. You think about what it is.
They're thinking about whatever they're thinking about.
Right. And like I said, I'm thinking about, and I try to give that. But if I'm coming up behind you and you're doing 65 in the lane and you move up a little bit, now you don't move over. Now I go around you. Right. Don't step on your gas pedal because all of a sudden you woke the fuck up.
Oh yeah. I hate that shit.
You know what I mean?
And it's like almost like they're doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Then this is what I do. Right. I don't mean to cut you off.
No.
I totally slow down.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, and I just let them go. And then I go right back to normal and I'm away from them and I don't need to deal with them.
Yeah.
Don't need you to deal with you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like I said, I try to keep control.
You know what I do? If someone is like really, just for my own entertainment, if I see someone's like going fast and they're swerving in between a lane, I pretend that they really have to take a shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Person's got
this guy has got to go.
Yeah.
He's got his butt cheeks clenched. Yeah. And he is on a mission
so
now.
Then you never know because my butt cheeks are always fucking clenched because I got to go. Yeah. Because I got to go to the potty. Yeah. Move out the fucking way. Just it. If you got out of my way, I won't shit my drawers.
Right.
That's the new thing.
And we've all been there in that situation before.
I know not of what you speak.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, that wasn't the dump you thought of. That's funny as hell, man. It's just, like I said, it's just courtesy.
Yeah, I get
Move your happy ass over if you're not doing the speed limit.
Everybody's entitled, man.
Entitled to what?
This is a different time now we're living in.
Yeah, we're not entitled to stand in front of me.
About themselves.
Well,
much,
no, man. No.
Not that that's a bad thing. But when you got to share things with other people, you have to be aware of what you're doing so you're not being selfish. And then that's how accidents happen.
Yeah, no. No.
Unfortunately.
When it comes to driving, to me, all that bullshit is irrelevant.
I get that, but...
No, Lewis. Make me take off my fucking belt here. Dude.
Oh my God.
Beat your ass like you stole my wallet.
This episode is not recommended for children under 13.
Nope. Them kids gonna learn today. Catch a beating on the motherfuckers too. Shit. Nah, man. And I said, people just need to just be aware. Pay attention. Be aware of your surroundings. And that goes for literally everything. Yeah. Driving, when people that you're on the highway. Right. You're not out there by yourself.
Right. You're sharing it with everybody else.
Yeah. Like yesterday we went to Palisades Mall to go eat at a Cheesecake Factory. Great food, by the way. I was still full this morning when I woke up. No shit. I was like, I'm at work. I'm like, I just got the itis. It's a wrap. But anyways, and it was raining out. And people are I'm on the Palisades Parkway coming home and they're just sitting. They're not moving over. And then they're slowing down. And then you could see behind me, there's a half a mile of cars. And now they're starting to swerve and trying to get out of the way because they're trying to dodge some of the puddles. Right. But nobody can move anywhere because of that one crackhead sitting in the passing lane. You know what I mean? And nobody's even spaced out because now they're slowing down with everybody else. So you're tailgating now because somebody's where they're not supposed to be. What'd you do?
We got to seek therapy for him. I'm serious.
One more thing I do
Maybe
wanna
we
say.
should get a therapist on a guest show for us, all
One
three
more
of
thing
us.
I do want to say that I can't stand is like, driving in traffic, right? All these motherfuckers, they keep trying to swerve into the faster lane. They're actually making the traffic
Right.
worse. Everybody just stayed in the same lane and drove.
What about when an emergency vehicle or a cop car is on the highway? It goes by real fast. Everybody starts following them.
Yeah.
Because they want to go
They
fast.
just take off. They're gone.
Uh-huh.
Just like, I'm like, just go.
Yeah, no.
Go.
I go right behind that vehicle. I'm gone. Yeah.
See?
I'm his deputy right now. As he passed me, he swore me in, and I'm following him. I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
That's just me. But so that's our time, gentlemen. I appreciate you
Nice
letting me
to-
vent about my people's driving
Yeah.
Very welcome, man.
because
Good.
these people, man, I was losing it. So I want all the people out there in the world to know.
To hold on to your change.
Hold on to your shit because I'm coming through.
This was a therapy session.
Yeah,
for
for-
Keny Cottman.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
He needed this.
Hell yeah.
He's been looking forward to this.
Yes.
He's got a pamphlet of papers.
I
all right?
printed
Should have
out
a folder for it.
I
wish
printed
people
out.
could see it.
Yeah, right. I printed
like
out
an
the
inch
whole
thick.
book. I pulled out. This is the.
Who
this
used
is
all the damn paper in the printer?
Yo, I pointed to my coworker.
That's like a little less than half a ream of paper.
Yeah.
Really.
So you want to know exactly? It's 77 pages.
Wow.
77 pages,
Ream
and
is
I
about
just went through some of
500,
it.
right?
Oh, okay.
So it's like a quarter, I
all right,
think.
so
Yeah.
maybe I'm exaggerating.
Right. But still, that's still
Yeah,
a lot.
no.
I mean, that's pretty,
Yeah,
heavy
I
duty.
went and I was like, and I just started highlighting stuff, things that got on my nerves. Like I said, I don't mind doing the speed limit, but do the speed limit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't do it on whatever street or whatever, or even when you're sightseeing, don't sightsee.
We brought it up and he started again.
I'm just saying, bro. Don't sightsee. Don't just get out the way.
Right.
Move.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah, that's just what
But
it
you know
is,
what?
man.
This is the way of the world now.
Yo, whatever. Then when you pull that stick out and you start beating people, it's your fault, right? Yeah. It wasn't my
We're gonna hear
fault.
about
You need
Keny
to
the
make
news
sure you-
today. We're gonna hear it.
He's going to get another fidget spinner. I'm going to have to get it for him.
I'll tell you, I got like 3. I gotta order some more, man. Gotta order another one. But yeah, so. But again, appreciate you guys.
Same
Thank
here,
you for
man.
coming through.
Always fun.
Yeah.
Look forward to this. So every other Friday, hopefully.
Yes, we still. Yeah, we might end up doing it a little
every
bit sooner.
Friday, yeah.
Yes, I appreciate my daughter Maggie coming through and hanging out for a little
Hey,
while with us.
Maggie.
Yeah, hey Maggie. And then any ideas yet what we're doing for next week's show?
Yeah, we're doing it's going to be the Generation
Gen
X.
X.
So yeah,
versus
so I wanted
millennial.
To talk, it's a popular topic. You go on TikTok, and everybody loves talking about Gen X. I don't know why. So many Gen X shit. So talk about Gen X, millennials, and you said you're gonna have a friend come
I
on.
have a friend of
who's
mine who's
boomer.
coming. And he
So I have a
is-
boomer.
Yeah,
He's a
Gen
boomer,
X.
and he's one of the funniest people that I know.
yeah. So
And-
Boomer, Gen X, and
Millennials.
Millennials.
And millennial.
Yeah,
We got
so
it
this is
all.
gonna be fun.
I'm on
Yes.
the early end of millennial though.
You're close to the
I'll hear
Generation
stuff
X.
about before. I don't want to. We're trying to close the show up, so I don't want to talk too much. But like, when people talk about like that stuff, like about Gen X, I'm like, I kind of resonate with that. I was like, 1981 is the first year for millennial.
Yeah, this is
I was
gonna.
born in 81.
That show is going to be a good one.
Yeah, it'll be good.
We'll have fun with that one for sure.
Yeah, for
no
sure.
doubt.
So cool beans. So everybody, please tune in our next show. And that's it. So love, peace, and hair grease.
Live long and prosper.
And go vegan.
See you guys next time.